Hey everyone, it's Alison Heikkila. Thank you so much for joining me. Today we're going to work with the Deckle Edge script dies from Spellbinders. This is a two-piece set. You have this really cool Deckle Edge die that you can use on its own. It's just a really cool edge. And then you've got this scripty die that will remove the words. Okay, you can use them together, you can use them separate. We're going to use them together and separate today. So I have this monoprint that I made, and I don't love it. It was done with some type of inks. I think it might be Catherine Pooler. I'm not really sure. It doesn't matter. It's not acrylic, but even so, with what we're doing, it doesn't really make a difference because we're going to use this as an underlayer for the script. So the first thing that we're going to do is cut this out. So I want to make sure that I have all of my colors represented here. This is a great technique for prints that you don't love. Because you're not going to see a whole lot of it, but I want to have a lot of color. So this is going to be perfect. So I'm going to take this to my die cut machine and cut this piece out. Okay, here are those pieces. This is perfect. And now I've got a piece of 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch black cardstock. And I am going to take the same die, lay that on here like so, and then we're going to take this one, put it on top, and run this through the die cut machine. All right, so I've got all of these scripty, pretty much indecipherable words here, but this is really cool. You can totally use these on a card, on an art journal page, whatever, but we're not going to use those right now. This is what I was going for. How cool is that? Love this. Okay, so I've got my original piece with the black words, and look at how cool that is. It makes this print look so much better than it did before because of all of those colors. And the little, this here, I don't love, but you don't really even notice that. It's just cool. This is going to be a fast card, you guys. So I've got my base. We're going to need to add a little something else to it, but this is a great start. Obviously, if you know me, you know I'm not going to leave this card base white. So now it's just a matter of picking the color. And I think I want to bring out the pink. I was thinking maybe green, but I think I want to go with the pink. Maybe both. Now I need to think. I took out some swatches. These are my Distress ink swatches and my oxides. And I think I want to go with Lucky Clover. I think that that's going to work out. The pinks are okay, but I think I want to bring out that Lucky Clover. Got my Lucky Clover and a blending brush, and I'm going to just go along the edge. I was originally going to go direct to paper with the ink cube, but the colors are so watery and soft on the main panel that I don't think that I want it to be quite so harsh. And you're really not going to see a whole lot of this anyway. And there are some other residual greens on this brush, but I'm totally fine with that because of the way this print looks. Okay, let's take a look. Yeah, see, you don't really see very much, but that's fine. It just needed a little something because I didn't want that white to show. I'm going to glue this together, and then we'll move on from there. So this is where we're at. We've got this panel glued down. We've got our card base with Lucky Clover on it. That's just barely showing, and I think it looks really cool. But we need a focal image, right? So I've got the hearts from the Kaleidoscope Noble Suits. This is a great set. Even if you're not into cards, like, it's a great set. The layers are just beautiful. So I decided that we're going to die cut the bottom layer, which has the most amount of space, with this hot pink to bring out some more pink. The middle layer is going to be with this holographic cardstock. And I'm thinking that the top layer is going to be black, but I don't know yet. I want to cut out these two first. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll see if we're going to make that top layer black or something else. Here are those two pieces. Oh, it's so pretty. I don't think I want to use black. I think it's going to just get lost. Maybe we'll go with purple or blue. Maybe purple. I've got this purple here. It's like the most beautiful shade of purple. I try not to use this color too much because I don't have a whole lot of it, but we will use it for this. All right, I'm going to die cut that top piece. Okay, let's see. That's really pretty. Maybe the black would work. We're going to stick with the purple though. That's kind of fun. Okay, I'm going to glue all of these together. You don't need to watch me do that. And then we'll choose a sentiment. Okay, these are drying. You can see how nice this looks. There's a little bit of glue showing at the moment, but it'll dry clear. A little bit right there. We can always use a pokey tool to get rid of that as well. And you can also use a rubber cement eraser to kind of remove any of that excess goop. So that's glued. That's glued. That's really pretty. That's a fun combination. Okay, we need a sentiment. So I've got my binder here. My friend Amy's Wares got me into this. Keeping my sentiments pre-made in a binder. I really need to fill this up because even though it looks like I have a lot, I don't have a lot in here. I need to really bulk it up some more. I've also got images that I've pre-colored or pre-die cut in here as well. And that makes it's a great time saver. I want to look at the Holding Your Heart sentiments. This is from the Collaged Birds collection from Spellbinders. So it's a better press set and die. And you get all of these really great sentiments. And I really like that the edge looks as though it's torn. I think that's really cool. You can chop that off if you don't like it, but I think it's really cool. So let's grab our card. Thanks for always being there. That's a nice one. I carry your heart with me. Oh, I think that's the one. That's the one. And I like that it's inked up with Twilight VersaFine Clair. It's a nice navy blue. It's not as harsh as black, but it's a beautiful color. That's my second most used Clair color. Okay, let's do that. I do think that I want to ink it up though. So we're going to get Lucky Clover again. And we're going to just add a bit of color to this. And the Clairs are a pigment ink, but it's been dry for a long time and we don't need to worry about smudging the words because this is a dye-based ink, the Distress ink. So it's not going to smudge. There we go. Now it coordinates. We can even go directly to the sentiment with the pad. Give it more of a dark edge. Really show off that faux torn look. Oh yeah, that's cool. I think we need some blingage. Let's do that too. Okay, I have black iridescent card bling from A Colorful Life Designs. I'm going to zoom in, shift this down. That is way more than we need, but that's okay. You can see how pretty it is. Just gonna get these on here with my jewel picker, and then we will adhere them. Should use my pokey tool. I'm going to purposely stay on the black because I don't want to have to deal with it shifting on the paper that's on the bottom. This is always a time-consuming thing for me. It takes me a while to get my bling where I want it. I'll try and do it quickly today, but that's kind of okay. Let's see. Let's move this a little bit and bring this here. Yeah, I think I like that better. Okay. We'll go with that. Okay. I want to darken the edge of this a little bit. It's probably not going to be noticeable to anybody but me, but I don't know. I just feel like it needs to have a little bit of black on it. I actually considered die cutting this heart in black and putting it on top of the purple, which would then, yes, hide the purple, but I don't know. Oh, that's better. It just darkens it a bit. Okay, so that was black soot. And now I'm going to adhere this, and I think I'm going to use foam tape for the sentiment. I have black foam tape from scrapbook.com that I'll get out. That'll be nice and quick, and it'll pop it up a little bit. And then we can adhere the sequence. Okay, here is the strip. This is 1 millimeter thick, so it's not too fat. Just gives it a little bit of lift, which I think is nice. Okay, now I'm going to take my on-point glue. This is what I like to use for sequins. You could use your Barely Arts glue if that's what you have. I just prefer using this one for this. And I've got my pokey tool in my right hand, my jewel picker in my left, and I'm going to also hold the glue in my right hand. Pick it up with the jewel picker, put a drop of glue, and then push this down. It's really fast because sometimes it doesn't come off of the wax. It likes to just stay there. So having the jewel picker in my right hand with the glue makes it really easy. One more. There we go. And that, my friends, is our finished card. I think it came out really cool. I hope you like it. I'll have everything linked in the description box below. If you've got any questions, please let me know. And I always appreciate your kind words. So thanks so much for hanging out with me. I'll be back very soon with another video. Be well, stay safe. Peace out.